came in on him, and he had to auction this in 38, and that's why I picked this up.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's okay. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the car. It's a 221 engine. That's the old original engine style of engine. 221s were made starting 32, and they went through 38. No, I'm sorry. They went through 34.
This is why we need my brother here, because these guys can
Exactly,
go identical
exactly.
years. My brother is that guy that what you're talking about right now can tell you those years and what and how.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, okay, I won't jabber on.
No, please.
No, please do.
We got all day. We got as long as you will give us. So.
Anyway, where was I?
32 to 34, the two. What was the
221
Yeah.
221 engine?
Yeah, 21 engines, and then they jacked it up to two. Well, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
That's all right.
Okay,
Let's leave it. It was a flathead. How's that?
Yeah, the later model flatheads, well, the ones built after 38 through 46, or no, 48, I'm sorry, were 239.
Okay.
Okay. That's, I personally prefer that style of block, what I call the earlier flathead style of block.
Yep.
There's one right there
Yep.
without the water pumps on it.
Yep.
And there's another one over here under all these rags.
Yep.
That one's been bored. That one's a 255 cubic inch. It's bored and it has a mercury crank, so it's got an extra stroke,
Yep.
1/8 stroke. This one has a 1/8 stroke, and it was bored further. It's this 255. This is it'll come to me. It's a little bit bigger bore. This block I'm a little leery of because it has a couple of sleeves in it. These haven't been run.
Okay.
Oh, this one did. I heard this one run on the telephone. You know, that's many years ago. Anyway, I want to get rid of all the stuff. There is another transmission for this car. There's nothing wrong with this transmission. It's got Lincoln Zephyr gears, so that's highly desirable. Completely rebuilt.
Good top loader.
I paid through the nose for this. You know, guys on the mainland rebuild and send it out. There was nobody here doing it. Right now in Honolulu, at this point in time, there's no one left alive that knows anything about flathead engines. You know, old mechanics and stuff like that. They're gone. They're just completely gone.
Well, and you were talking about H&H, you know, in California, but
Yeah,
there's really not a whole lot of them in California either. I mean, of all the places California, there's a lot more.
that's
in other
the
states,
place.
but-
That's the mecca.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Well, no, the mecca is overseas now,
oh yeah.
in Europe. I mean, with all these cars, with the price of the dollar, you know, foreign currency, a lot of these are going. My brother's shipped a few over to Germany and other places over there. I mean,
Wow.
there's a lot of guys taking these over there. I would say there's probably more flathead builders in Germany than there is in, you know, the United States.
I was totally unaware of that.
How many cars do your brother? How many 30s Fords have your brother run through? I know I've seen the blue one, like a darker blue one.
So this is. That was his 32. That was his most recent 32 he got rid of. Four-door. And then this is a car he just got rid of. 36.
Oh, 36.
Yeah, 5 window.
Yeah.
He keeps stepping up. He started with this was he got married. We finished this car and he got married in that car. That car's in Germany now. 29, 28, 29 5 window. Actually, no, that was a 30-31 5 window.
Yeah.
And then this is the car that he's currently doing. Was that 34?
Oh, good. Yeah.
And he had
Gorgeous
two.
cars.
He had two of these, and he took the best of the parts out of them that he kept. And he bought them both at a good price, and then he took what he wanted off of both of them and made one car. So now he's just saving up parts and everything else to,
Yeah.
to build that off. So I've never. I think 50 is the oldest that I ever had. I haven't done any 30s, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my plan is to, I had another car here, 34 5-window,
Okay.
with a flat, with a later model flathead, and it was absolutely gorgeous car, nice drop to it and everything. Good car. I've parked these things, and I'll tell you how it happened. This was back 12, 15 years ago. We have an annual safety check for cars in Hawaii. Anyway, I took the coupe down, it got to the bottom of the hill, and the transmission went out on me. So I had to have it towed up here, and the car had a Columbia 2-speed rear end, and you know what those things weigh like,
Yeah.
they're heavy as hell. So I rolled it in here and parked it, and the plan was, well, when I'm finished working, when I'm not working anymore, I'll work on the cars. The real short story is my workload increased, and I got to a point where, what I was doing was a lot of work on the outside islands, which meant I got up at 2 in the morning and go to work, and I'm out in a boat or going across the lava, all day, and come home, 6, 7 o'clock at night, and it got real old.
Yeah.
I do that a couple times a week, and anyway, just awful. And so I got through. I sold my business, and I thought, okay, now's the time I should start working on the cars. And I started to do things, and I sort of thought, you know what, I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Doesn't have the same
I've had it.
enthusiasm.
Yeah, and so I sold the 34. It went like this. I put it on Craigslist, and it just first guy that came and looked at it bought it, and everybody that saw, they had other people come before that coupe left. Other people came here, and I had to shoo them away, but they all wanted
I'm glad you did.
they all wanted this one. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of stuff. I got stuff up here.
Okay.
There's a brand new stainless steel gas tank for this car. It doesn't need it,
Yeah.
but I have it. All this stuff will go with it. There's another a beautiful pair of brand new finned aluminum heads that are Eddie Meyer heads.
Yeah.
They're the repo heads.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has got a Eddie Meyer dual manifold on it, real neat. And there's not a lot to say,
It speaks for itself, huh?
I guess.
Very cool. Very, very cool. No, I'm excited. I'm glad that she likes the car so much. I love it. The story makes it great. All that stuff is good. So let's just put together a time, and my dad and I can come and start getting stuff down, and we can start looking at everything, and
Yeah,
you
there's
can tell us stories. And
there's some stuff I kind of already got together. And I don't know if you guys want any of this or not, but you're familiar with Rotter's German.
More than you can ever imagine.
Well, there's a complete set here. I don't need it.
Okay.
It would go with the car.
Okay.
And besides that, there's other flathead literature and just stuff.
Yeah.
How about the crazy shirt sign?
Yeah, that could go with it.
No, I want that one.
I was gonna say.
If that's going,
I'll fight
Yeah.
you in the driveway for it.
No.
if that's up for grabs.
That's his fee. That's your finder's fee.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
There you go.
As I said, the
I'll fight you
transmission
for that.
is
You
under
can have
there,
it.
and there's- Oh, there's the rims that you can't see very well. I think Ross sent a picture.
These guys here, yeah.
Yeah. So the tires are no good. But this is what was on the car.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks really nice with these.
The 32 Ford windshield.
Yeah, that's a chopped windshield would go with the car.
Cool.
This is, a Clay Smith cam, full race cam.
Oh wow.
And
Belts.
both of those blocks have adjustable tappets in them already.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but there's a box of tappets, another set. There's gaskets and shift lever for 32. If you wanted to make it look original.
Here's some other windshield.
Oh, those
stuff.
are, that's 26, 27 Ford.
Yeah, I don't know my 30. I don't know my 32 parts well enough. What about the sign?
We could talk about the sign.
Let's talk about the sign because I'm taking. So I have an old pole barn that was built in '47 that is my shop right now, and it's getting torn down for houses. So we're working at it we have at least another 3 months, maybe 6, until it gets torn down. So I'm taking that and I'm gonna put that at my house. We're gonna disassemble it and put it up. And I probably can't find the picture quick, but I just bought this 6-foot by 3-foot porcelain arrow, and it's been painted over. It just says used auto parts on both sides of it. So that's going up on the roof. So I'm looking for awesome stuff like
Yeah,
that hanging there.
I got some more Ford signs in the house. Smaller ones, sort of shaped like a shield.
Yeah.
It's forward and that kind of thing.
The Rado journals. Do you know what year you started? What these are?
Number 1 is in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a complete set.
Okay.
They stopped,
Yeah, they
around
did.
83,
Yeah.
and he moved to the East Coast, and I think they ran into some financial problem. He's put on an email about 2 months ago saying that they're trying to
Redo it.
kickstart it back up.
They did at one point, I think.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Yeah,
They did for a little
Yeah.
bit. They came back for.
yeah.
But just for a short while, though.
So there's a all these boxes right here are full of ignition parts. It's stuff for this car.
Yeah.
And there's the air cleaners for it.
Sweet.
Looks good, sir.
There's a lot of stuff in there. New ignition parts and
Yep.
just tons of junk. Yeah, 255 cubes. I have to write stuff down, otherwise I forget.
I should probably take you up on that. I should probably start doing it too. Awesome.
Yeah. And then all the blocks, I don't have any use for these. This one, it was a full race motor. It's a 4953 block.
This one.
Yeah, that one. And it's port and polish, you can see it. You take a look at around the valves and stuff. And the amount of time that takes it's just a
Right.
huge effort to do it.
And this was just a stock one taken out.
This one, this came out of a bus from a place called Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
From a little town called.
We were there a few
little
hours
town
ago.
called Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's a 59 AV.
Yeah,
It's a bigger motor.
yeah,
I do know that.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's a 59 AV.
yeah. Yeah, so anyway, all this stuff. That blue one, that one on the end there, has a truck pan on it, which is different than the stock motor. The pan continues underneath the transmission, or up to the, you
Oh, yeah.
can see it
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this
yeah.
one over here. And,
It bolts to the back of the bell housing.
yeah, yeah. And anyway, the truck pan ends right here, and there's a little,
276.
yeah, 276, that's what it is. Yeah.
This is how we would transport motors into a container. There's a great rack here.
Yeah, that goes with the motor, obviously.
Well, I don't know if Ross told you the plan. We just want to get out here and, you know, go over everything with you, and then I'd like to make another trip out here with the family and stay at a resort and see if we can get this thing running and registered and safety inspected and everything and be able to use it while we're here. I think
Well,
that would be great.
Okay, let me interject something. Not to put a monkey wrench in all your gears. This car, when my workload got bad, this car and the coupe was hung out, you know, and I figured I have to wait until someday I can get it up, get the stern up in the air and get that rear end out and change the transmission.
Mhm.
Anyway, it never happened. This car, I stopped paying the annual license fees.
Yeah.
Okay, I did for both. And so this thing has 10 plus years or something like that of back licenses, you know, in order to bring it up to date. And that's a chunk of change, just so you know.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, we talking $1,000,
Well-
$5,000, or chunk of
It's-
change?
It's about, crud. It's,
Do you know what the annual was on it?
I can't remember, it's,
Well, and no matter what, we have to do that to get it off the island.
no, you don't.
You don't.
You don't. I could take this car, put it in a trailer, and assuming I could get it in a trailer.
Yeah.
And go down to Matson and walk up to them and show them the ownership papers with my name and my driver's license. We're good to go.
Okay.
They
But
don't-
if I buy it, okay.
If you go to register in California, it'll show the back taxes.
No, because.
No, no.
Yeah, I don't get
If you take a car from Oregon to California with back registration,
No.
California doesn't care. They just want
Right.
their money. They're not trying to get Oregon
Right.
their money back.
Hmm.
So in hindsight, it might be better just
Yeah, well, we'll just have to look.
to let him-
If it was, you know, $50 a year,
sure.
you know, and
Research
it's
it
not
first.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have to look into it. Yeah.
I got a friend at the DMV. All I need is the engine number and stuff, and I can
Who
find
has
out
a
what
friend at the DMV?
the guy who goes to DMV 10 times a week.
Have you ever broke
Really?
bread with him?
No, but there have been lots of manapuas.
What's that?
Lots of gifts.
That kind of friend. Those are the best friends to
Hey,
have.
hey, I got that on video.
This was an interesting piece. I sent the pictures of the master cylinder.
You know, if you climb far enough under there, come in from the other side, which you can't do. There's something painted on the vacuum part
Yeah.
of it, and it looked to me like it was 76 BU. So I'm thinking maybe it was Buick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just so small for especially a Buick. But my brother, you know, he has guys that he gets
Yeah.
new, old masters and pedal assemblies and things with.
Yeah.
You know, because originally these cars weren't hydraulic anyway, so they're just nice period pieces that look the part. And he sent the pictures of this off to that guy who should
Yeah.
know what this is, and he didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, yeah, I've been through everything. Well, when Ralston bought the car, it was at an auction in Southern California. And years later, you know, when I had it, he evidently came across a little sort of a piece of cardboard, about like so, and it had all the particulars of the car written on it.
Really?
And it was something that probably got propped up against the front wheel,
Yeah.
you know, for the auction. I spent the last 3 or 4 days looking for a piece of paper.
Well, you know what? It might be up on that rack in a box. So
No, I don't think so.
no.
No. I would love to think that it is, but I don't think it is. I
Well,
don't think, anyway,
We'll see.
and that would have probably given us some insight.
It's pretty though.
What's that?
It's pretty in all the right places.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the paint's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be because then I don't have to worry about the kids.
Yeah.
It's gonna be driven and enjoyed. So
This, I put these Buick
yeah.
drums on and stuff, and so this is the Buick pattern here. I have another set of tires that are Ford. Down I got a bunch of tires and with rims. Rims are like this, just look just the same.
Kelsey Hayes.
Yeah,
Wired.
this style, yeah, Kelsey Hayes style. And what else do I have down there? I got total of five of these. These are the old Kelsey Hayes. And these buggers go for about $200 a pop, you know, in Hemming.
It's unfortunate
Anyway,
because
there's five of them.
in the '90s, when TCI and all these other companies came out, people started, upgrading their chassis and throwing away, and upgrading their wheels and throwing away. And there's only so many left that are good anyways, because this
Yeah.
stuff's 90 years old.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a set of five, all told. I just put these on so I could move it around, because those weren't holding air.
Yeah.
Well, I had fun with it. And despite the small displacement engine, the thing goes
Scoots.
like a bat out of hell. No problem.
This car probably only weighs with the engine about what, 2,700 pounds? Maybe 33.
That engine is heavy.
Oh.
That
It's-
engine is heavy. I would say this is at least 3,000 pounds.
They're,
But it also feels like you're going like a bat out of hell because
Yeah.
of what it is. So
yeah.
you put this modern horsepower in a Miata, and you wouldn't think it's much, but in this,
Yeah, this doesn't weigh very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not much here.
I would say it's probably 3,000 pounds.
Yeah. I could probably find it on the papers.
Because you figure all these, this bar right here, even though it's just a round tube, that's
That's
got
30
some
pounds.
girth to it.
Yeah, it's pretty sturdy.
Hey, that was on my birthday. Is that from this car?
I
Modified?
think that was for the coupe.
That was on my birthday.
Oh. Well, I took both cars up there. I can't see.
I can't
had-
hear, so we're a pretty good group.
Yeah. I had cataract surgery in both eyes, which changed my vision from not being nearsighted to now at a distance I see everything beautifully, but up close I have to put glasses
Yeah.
on. Yeah, that was.
Did you see the year on that?
No.
54 CK's award.
Yeah, I used to go to the stock car races down in the old stadium when I was a kid.
My grandfather used to he started the Hawaii Stock Car Association.
Yeah.
There's that trophy is,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Your grandfather started the Hawaii Stock Car Association.
Yeah.
Wow.
He did all kinds of stuff. Because they'd run the Harleys on the flat track.
Oh,
So Honolulu Stadium was an old dirt oval in the middle of Honolulu town.
how about those plates? Are you gonna let those go? Because I'd run them in California.
Oh.
They're not gonna.
I've got Hawaii plates back to when they first started.
Really?
1915,
No.
Horseman.
I would get it registered and insure it, and I would run those plates.
Take it home, Ross.
Yeah, I know.
You're supposed to take it home. You can throw it in the
and
back of the
got
truck.
here.
Well, if we find any old plates like that, any others
Yeah.
that you might be able to get rid of.
I've collected plates for years, and I'll tell you, some of them, well, those real early ones are in
They
good shape,
need the
they're
room.
$5,000-$8,000. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I was about to say, let me know how much you want for something like that, but if you're talking those numbers,
These are, you can find these, where the hell did I see them?
I know, but taking these home with the car, if you'd be willing to part with them, I'd be
Yeah.
willing to make it worth your while.
Okay,
Some little things like that with the Hawaii, for the story and everything with the car is
yeah,
kind of stuff on that.
yeah, yeah. This- Oh, there's one you could probably take home.
You need the set though.
That's a horseless carriage,
That's, I
California.
had a 15 Ford touring car,
Yeah.
which I used to really enjoy driving around.
Don't you have to have a set though?
Well, you couldn't legally run those in California.
Right.
You could run those
Got it.
in California, which are also equally as cool.
Yeah.
But just the Hawaii plates with the story and everything on this, I would run a tag, a California tag like this.
Yeah.
But run the Hawaii plates. If a cop ever had a problem with it, I'd,
Yeah, this car is liable to lose its front license plate. When you guys come together.
the front light, you mean these guys?
Yeah, or just the front. I just want one.
Yeah.
You know, the number is rather unique.
Mm-hmm.
So these are actual Hawaii plates?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a personal plate at 1932
Wow.
Yeah.
from Hawaii.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can have both the plates if you make me a deal on those plates. 'Cause I could legally run those plates in California
Yeah.
and run those plates just for the heck of
Yeah,
it.
but the thing is, you only got one of each.
No, those are both.
There's two there.
There's two there and there's two there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay, I hung them up ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take the plates, you know, that's fine, and I'll take these off.
Yeah.
Um,
Those mean something to you, so I'm fine with
Yeah.
that. I just think it'd be way cool. Those are really neat, the red ones. And if we find something more like that, there's a set you wanna get rid of, I'd love to be able to run those Hawaii plates too.
Yeah, that was on the T when I got it. The T came from San Diego area.
Yeah. What's here?
The blanket?
That's blanket that I put, that's
Oh, the flooring.
flooring and stuff.
All
I
that.
had it sitting on top of the trunk lid
And Ross was trying to take pictures.
to keep dust off. Anyway,
No.
so,
You wanna go down and look at the other stuff downstairs or whatever?
It's up to Richard.
Okay.
what's that?
He was just saying, he was saying, you wanna go look at the other stuff, we could look at this or.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can look at the stuff under the house. It's tires and rims.
Yep. Whatever you want to do.
So, are you content with the price at
Mhm.
35?
Mhm.
Okay, it's actually a pretty good deal.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is, it's, we just had 2 weekends ago, we had a gentleman come from Wisconsin. He hadn't been to California in 8 years, and we nicknamed him Mopar Moses. Because if you have a Dodge or anything Mopar,
Yeah,
and what he says is set in stone. And it was a 2-owner car. It was a 1965 Dart that was purchased during the Watts riots
Yeah.
by a cop who was boots on the ground during the Watts riots. Last day of the riots was his day off. He went and bought this car. Then the gentleman that has it now in Santa Cruz has owned it since '88. He bought it in Pomona swapping, and he had heard stories about this car that it was a very, very, very special car. Turns out it wasn't, but it didn't really matter. It was still a pretty special car, but it wasn't like the holy grail of cars.
Yeah.
So we had this guy from Wisconsin, just by chance was coming through California, and he came and looked at it. And we spent the entire day with this guy going over the car. 9 times out of 10, it's more about the story than getting a fantastic deal or the perfect car.
Yeah.
The story with Ross and with you and with my wife and the hot rod shop and Hawaii and everything about it
Yeah.
is worth a lot to me. So to
But
see
I-
my wife driving around town in this thing is a great story.
Okay. What I would do if I was gonna run this car and I had the energy to do all these things, I dropped that motor in the car as a bolt-in, you know. I would put, you'll notice here, the water pumps, this is the attachment part. And this has got the old 32 front attachment, which is underneath. I would put in
Yeah, donuts in there.
donuts and, yeah, for sure. And this 221, just take it out. You can tell, like, all I gotta do is count the number of it. And I'd use this manifold, and I'd use the absolutely gorgeous heads. They're up above there.
And
Eddie Meyer heads.
the Zephyr geared rock crusher.
What's that?
The Zephyr geared rock crusher.
No, you could put it in, or you could continue using
This
this one.
Yep.
Yeah, I put, as I said, I put this stuff on, and I got to a point where I hooked stuff up, and I had to drop it because of work, and it sat. And I came back to it. I opened up the master cylinder, took a look in, there was a big glob of sludge, goo in there. And so it's not. You're gonna need more light. Let's see, we don't have a flashlight. I'll get a flashlight.
Do you need to go bye-bye?
Huh?
Do you need to go bye-bye?
I'm thinking I might. My wife
Yeah.
is needing some help.
Aaron?
Yo.
I'm gonna text you. You guys are gonna stay at my parents' house. My mom's out of town, but my cousin is living downstairs,
Okay.
and my other cousin that used to live here went to the Big Island.